up, everybody? Today we are in Covington, Georgia.
Which took so long. I think we've been on the road for 18 hours.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a drive. But anyways, if you notice a lot of TV shows and movies that you've been watching, at least I've started to notice it over the past 10 years or so, that little peach at the end of the credits, and it says filmed in Georgia. Well, Georgia is considered to be this town. I've read online, they're touting it as the Hollywood of the East. There has been...
You're gonna see famous people?
No. There's been 90-something productions filmed in this particular town. Going back to, I mean, for a long decades and decades ago. A lot of them, I'll be the first to admit, I've never heard of some of these. Some of these are just kind of like stuff you would have never really heard of. But a lot of them you have. The Dukes of Hazzard, the first 4 episodes of the Dukes of Hazzard were filmed here. Another more famous, well, I don't know if it's more famous, but more recently very famous show is Vampire Diaries. Vampire Diaries is shot here as well. That was filmed here. In fact, we're sitting in front of the restaurant that apparently the characters hung out at. It's called Mystic Grill. We're actually going to step inside real quick and have us something to eat after we get out of the car. Let's see, My Cousin Vinny was filmed here.
I did not know that.
Yeah, well, scenes from My Cousin Vinny was filmed here. Oh, the Cannonball Run. If you ever saw the Cannonball Run, which was one of my favorite movies as a kid growing up, there's a scene, I think it's early on in the movie, where Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise are in this small little plane, and they're flying, and they're trying to determine what kind of vehicle that they're going to drive in the race. And Burt Reynolds is piloting this plane, and he runs out of beer and says, I got to stop and get some beer. So they just pull this plane right down on this street where we're parked right here. They landed it, came in from that direction over there, landed it, hopped out. Don DeLuise hopped out, got some beer from the grocery store, hopped back in, and they turned the plane around and took it off, you know, right up the street. So lots of stuff was filmed here, and we're going to go check it out. Store has everything that you can imagine. Oh, look, it's a Dukes of Hazzard mug. That's why it came here, was for the Dukes of Hazzard. They also filmed Sweet Magnolias here, which is a current show. We'll have to watch that.
Yeah, I watched Sweet Magnolias on Netflix.
So we're in this little souvenir shop here in Covington, and the back of the souvenir shop, if you watch Vampire Diaries, there is a display of clothing that apparently the cast had worn during the filming of the series. I guess I'm gonna have to start watching the show. I've heard good things about it. I just for some reason, I never had the opportunity to watch it.
Wow, look at this. This is cool.
Yeah. I guess the town from the TV show is called Mystic Falls, and so this Mystic Falls is actually Covington, Georgia.
Look, and here's the dress as well.
Yeah, all these clothes are. Signed jersey by Paul Zach and Michael. Oh, maybe these are the characters here. Maybe that's Paul, Zach, and Michael. I don't know.
What we're gonna do before you put this on is watch an episode so we know what
Yeah, we'll have to watch an episode, isn't it? Okay, so we're standing on the corner here where in the Cannonball Run, Burt Reynolds and Dom DeLuise were flying in this little, it's a small little airplane. And they're trying to figure out what type of car they're gonna drive in this Cannonball Run movie. And Burt Reynolds, of course, he's piloting the plane, he's drinking beer. He runs out of beer, so they decide they need to stop and pick up some beer. So they come in from this direction here. They come out of the sky from there. They land on the middle of the road right here, and they come in and stop the plane right about here. And then Dom DeLuise gets out of the car. I don't know, or out of the plane rather. I don't know where exactly he went into, but he stopped in, got some beer. They flipped the plane around right here and turned around and flew right back out again. Pretty funny scene in the movie, but you can see this building right here is the building where the plane is. You can see it in the background where the plane kind of stops over on this side. And this is the clock tower here. This clock tower is actually pretty famous because it's been in all kinds of different shows, one of which was, you know, the Dukes of Hazzard, of course. You know, this is the town square where the plane or the car was always racing around. The police were always chasing them around this square right here. But that clock tower is famous for Dukes of Hazzard. It's famous for that scene in the Cannonball Run.
Look at this, I have to tape.
And it is also famous for the Vampire Diaries. This is, I guess the clock tower was the place where some of the characters hung out there. But like I said, I haven't watched that show. I'm here more for the Dukes of Hazzard and Cannonball Run. That's more my speed. What is it?
Look at how this bug is trying to break into this exterminator's car. Isn't that funny?
There must be smelling something good in there. Busy bee exterminators. There's a wasp flying around.
There's a busy wasp trying to kill him. Taking revenge.
Walking around this square here that's in the middle of Covington. Again, this is the this is the square where you could see in the Dukes of Hazzard on a number of different episodes that they were racing around in here, kind of going around this square here and being chased by the police officer known as Roscoe P. Coltrane.
Now, who played him in the show?
What was his name? I can't remember his name, but I've seen him in it. He's been in a lot of different things. Remember, he was in the first couple of episodes of the Andy Griffith Show. He played that guitar player.
Oh, okay.
Oh, let's go check out this statue over here.
Look at all these flowers. Beautiful how they decorated it. Aren't they pretty?
Yeah, they are pretty. No sordid or mercenary spirit animated the cause espoused by those to whom this monument is erected, or inspired the men who bravely fought and the women who freely suffered for it. Its final failure could not dishonor, nor did defeat estrange its devoted. This is one of the streets. This street here is one of the streets also where they filmed the Dukes of Hazzard. Well, this is all kind of in this one area. That building right there, which is a BB&T bank, I believe that's a bank, was part of filmed in part of the Dukes of Hazzard. This again is the clock tower. I believe this was the courthouse in the Dukes of Hazzard series. And then right next door to that is Mystic Grill, which is a popular part of the Vampire Diaries series. We did end up eating we ended up eating lunch in there. We had a jackfruit barbecue sandwich, which was It was interesting. It was a good idea, but the barbecue sauce was a little too tangy or sweet. It was a little too sweet for me. But there's a nice restaurant on the inside, very good service, and we were happy with it all the way around. But I just wish that barbecue sauce wasn't so sweet. But if you're ever in Covington, definitely eat at the Mystic Grill. It's a good place.
What are you laughing at?
That's the same horn that the General Lee had.
Maybe you should get that on your car.
We just heard the General Lee horn, but I don't see one around. I don't know if it was just in a different car or what, but yeah, I mean, as you walk around this square, I mean, they filmed that TV series basically all the way around that square, you know, running down the street here, being chased by, you know, Roscoe,
It's
passing
big.
passing this building here across the street that says bread, butter, bakery and coffee, and then they, you know, come around the corner here, turn around the corner, and then they're facing towards the clock tower, which is over there. We basically just walked in a circle around this square here. But yeah, this is a cool place because of so much. We were talking to a lady in the souvenir shop, and she was saying that that it's just part of life here, that people are used to it. It's like not a big deal when the movie crews come in and film here. And this place is, it's about 25 miles, 30 miles, say, away from Atlanta, and it's just in the country. I mean, this is just a kind of a small little country town that happens to be famous for movies and television and that sort of thing. As a matter of fact, you see that little trolley across the street? That is a movie tour trolley. They take you around, they show you, you know, I guess some more of the filming locations of some of these other shows. And then right across the street there, you'll see it says Mystic Falls Tours. They do it, I think it's what, a 45-minute or an hour tour, something like that, of the Vampire Diaries locations. So there's definitely an element of tourism here.
Oh, and she said that the Marvel van, the Marvel trucks have been around.
That's right. The lady at the souvenir shop said she saw a Marvel comics truck coming around here, and there's rumors that they're going to be possibly filming a Spider-Man movie here as well.
Really?
That's what she said.
Oh, I
She
didn't
said
hear
part
that.
Spider-Man, yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I that's just what the lady in the store said. So I'm
Who's
not.
Spider-Man now?
I have no idea.
I haven't known Spider-Man since Tobey Maguire. Does he still do it?
I don't know. Yeah, I think we're gonna hop in the car. Oops, what the pointing at me? We're gonna hop in the car here and drive around, because some of the other places we want to go see some of the other filming locations for the Dukes of Hazzard as well as Vampire Diaries. They're very close to here. And then we're also going to drive by the inspiration for what's the name of that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
The movie you like?
Gone with the Wind?
Yeah, what's the name of in the movie? 12 Oaks?
Yeah, is that here?
Yeah, it's here.
Woohoo! I did not know that.
So while Gone with the Wind was not filmed here, the plantation in Gone with the Wind, 12 Oaks Plantation, was based on a place here. This was the inspiration for it. What's her name? Margaret Mitchell?
Margaret Mitchell lived around here as a child, so
Yeah.
she grew up with that.
Yeah, Margaret Mitchell, I guess, yeah, I didn't know that. She grew up here as a child, and she lived in Atlanta when she was writing that book. And she came out here and visited that plantation while she was writing the book. And when she contacted the movie director, she said that she wanted the film to use this plantation basically as the inspiration for that the actual movie Plantation, even though they didn't film it here. It was all filmed in Hollywood, I believe.
Yeah, but you can't. I think it's a B&B, so you just have to go on the outside. You can't go in, right?
Yeah, we can't go in. You have to stay there in order to, I guess, get inside and be able to tour the building. And it's like $300 and something a night. Plus, we can't stay the night here. We got our dogs at home, so we're gonna have to just drive by. We could drive by, take a look at it, and just see what we see.
I'm curious if it's going to be as big as it looked like it was in the movie. It looked gigantic, but a lot of these other places that we saw out here that looked big in the movies were not really big. They were pretty small.
Yeah, I mean, this Covington Square here is a good example. It's a lot, it just seems a lot smaller in real life than it did, you know, when I was watching it on the Dukes of Hazzard.
Yeah, but you were what, 3?
No,
4?
I was maybe 7.
I think I was like 6 months.
Yeah, okay, anyway, we'll pick up here in a few minutes.
Why am I filming me?
Because this is your spot, man.
So this is 12 Oaks. This is where Ashley lived in Gone with the Wind. It's amazing to see it after seeing that movie for so long, since the time I was a little kid. I mean, it looked so huge in the movie, and it was just so romantic with all the gentlemen smoking in the parlor and the ladies laying down to take their nap when Scarlett went and confessed her love to Ashley. It's hard to believe that it's like right here. Like my palms are getting sweaty.
Well, this is the house that inspired.
No, they filmed that part of it here.
No, they didn't film any of that movie here.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't. Look it up.
I will.
All right, so she is challenging me, saying that they did film part of. Whoa! Come on! Run! Part of Gone with the Wind here, but I contend that they did not film any of it here. But anyways, this is now it's a bed and breakfast. Well, we can't get into it unless you're in that Covington movie tours. But Chris is just telling me that it's.
I don't know if the Main Street one is that much. I think that one's, they said $30 per hour.
Yeah, it's like 30 bucks or
Maybe
something like that.
Run and do it.
It's not too bad actually, but yeah, this is the inspiration for 12 Oaks Plantation in Gone with the Wind.
All right. Well, you know, you did more research than me, so I'll give you this one.
Let's go down and read this sign down there. There's a sign down there that says something.
Oh,
it's
so
a beautiful
pretty,
place.
isn't it beautiful? I'm so happy that they just didn't let it get. You know, so many of these, they just let them go, and then they just tear them down and put up apartments. It's so nice that this happened like it was.
Yeah, I mean, it's in
must have cost them a fortune.
It's in beautiful condition. Look at those columns going all the way around it. I mean, look at how majestic that is.
That's really beautiful. But it's still like in the movie, you know, they have this is on top of a plantation with hundreds like of acres. So it's just huge, and then when they drive up like with all the trees, and they come up on it. So when you see it now, it's just like a big building in the middle of a town. Well, that's kind of a bummer. But it's still nice that they kept the name 12 Oaks. It's still amazing to see when you just, I mean, I've read that book since I was a little kid.
So we're just leaving the Gone with the Wind house, and I forgot to mention when we were standing out in front of it that not only was that an inspiration for the plantation and Gone with the Wind, but it's also a filming location for the 2010 version of Vacation. What's his name? Helms. He was on Office. What's his first name? I can't remember.
Oh yeah.
Christina Applegate was in it.
I didn't know that they remade Vacation.
Yeah, it was actually
Was it
crude,
good?
but it was kind of funny. They also filmed some of Vampire Diaries here as well, and they also filmed parts of Halloween 2. Again, the Rob Zombie version was filmed here.
Rob Zombie remade Halloween. That's so weird.
He did, yeah. Halloween 2, and also Tyler Perry's, what's it called? The Family That Prays was also filmed here. There's lots of stuff that was filmed at this mansion here. Very cool place. Nice historic place to stop and take a look at.
The whole street is beautiful.
Yeah, actually the whole street is beautiful. All these houses, I mean, they're just majestic, and they look like they've been here for a very long time, and they're very well, again, they're very well maintained and just beautiful homes.
And I want any one of these. If anybody wants to buy me one, I'm more than happy to take it as a present.
You take it as a present?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, if any people from Covington want to give us your house, Chris would like it as a present. Thank you guys. Thank you in advance. So one of the things that I saw when I was looking for filming locations in Covington is I'm going to show you this house right here. I recognize the house because it has like this star up there by the window. There's even one down by the front porch there, but that house right there was used as a filming location in the Rob Zombie movie Halloween 2, which is came out in 2009. It's not one of the original Halloween movies, but it's again, it's one of the Rob Zombie ones. But a lot of that was filmed here in Covington. There was tons of different locations, but I thought that with the Dukes of Hazzard stuff that we're doing and the Vampire Diaries and all that stuff, it was just, we couldn't just hit all of these locations. There's so many of them here in Covington. So, okay, so we're about to pull back out onto the street. This is Emery Street coming out of Covington on your way to Oxford. That little downtown area is about a mile back that way. And in one of the scenes of the Dukes of Hazzard, again, the Duke boys are being pursued by Roscoe P. Coltrane, and they come right down this road here, over this track, and then they come around the corner and go this way. So we're kind of following that same that same pursuit that was in the TV show, and we're just going to go back the same way that they came from, just going back the opposite direction.
I hear a siren.
We are getting ready to pass another Vampire Diaries filming location here. Uh-oh, we gotta stop because there is an ambulance coming.
Oh, give me more time to film it.
An ambulance and a police.
Wow.
All right, so right here, where all these people are standing, because we seem to be following one of these tours, is the home of Elena and Jeremy Gilbert on the series The Vampire Diaries. Look at these houses. They all have these columns in front. They're so cool. Okay, so we've come across another, we are now at Oxford College in, is it Oxford? Yeah, in Oxford, Georgia. And this is actually just outside of Covington. I mean, it's they just butt right up against each other.
It's absolutely beautiful college.
It's a beautiful
campus.
college campus, yeah.
Look at the grass and everything.
Yeah, it's beautiful. We just saw some really nice flowers back there.
I would love for this to be my backyard.
But this college campus doubles as Whitmore College in the Vampire Diaries, as well as a filming location for the Dukes of Hazzard. In fact, you can see this brick walkway here. Used to be a street that you could drive on, but now it's, yeah, now it's closed to car traffic, and it's just open to foot traffic.
They have like a, you could drive, and then with all these college kids, it's amazing nobody that got hit.
Anyways, one of the scenes from the Dukes of Hazzard where they jumped the General Lee, they jumped it right here in front of this building. This Seney Hall, or Seney Hall, maybe Seney or Seney. This is the building that's actually featured in Vampire Diaries, and also a scene where the General Lee jumps across right here.
It looks so old, isn't it?
Yeah, it's been
so
here
what
for a
did
while.
the General Lee jump across?
They used to make these things that I don't know. They were ramps, but they were just kind of inexplicable ramps in the middle of the street for some reason.
So it wasn't like jumping the shark on Fonzie?
No. So they were being chased down this road here. Well, assumingly they were being chased.
He was always chasing them.
The cops were always chasing them.
And it's a small town. The cops couldn't just go to their house. They had to chase them up and down the street.
Yeah.
That's so silly.
So anyways, they were coming down this street here, what used to be a street. They hit the jump ramp, whatever it is, right here, and then you see the car fly across where the building is right here.
Did it land okay, or did it mess up the car?
It messed up the car every single time it landed.
So what did they do? Just keep getting new cars?
Yep. I think they destroyed like 300 and something General Lees. Yeah, they did. Okay, so we are coming up on the final filming location of the Dukes of Hazzard, and the last place we're going to be visiting today before we head on out is where they used to film the Dukes of Hazzard. This place is famous because it was the filming location for the Boars Nest. So I'm gonna get out and take a look at it here real quick. So the Boars Nest used to be, it was owned and operated by Boss Hogg on the TV show The Dukes of Hazzard. It looks a little bit different now, but it's still basically the same building. But it is now a church, New Vision Community Ministries Incorporated. And right down here, it's actually, it looks, for some reason in the TV show, I felt like it was bigger. But it seems like things always seem bigger on television for some reason. But this is it. This is the Boars Nest, the infamous Boars Nest, the bar. And I guess it was kind of like a bar and grill. It was more of a bar. But I seem to remember in the TV show there was gas pumps right here or something like that. I think there was gas pumps. And then where the front door is here, there was more of a covering that kind of came out a little bit more. Of course, there was a sign that says Boars Nest, but this is where they filmed the Dukes of Hazzard. This was a bar turned church. Well, a bar in fiction, but after it was sold, after the show ended, they turned it into a church. The Boars Nest. Now, I used to really love that show as a kid, and you know, with all the things that are going on in the world, you know, with all the things that are going on in the world. I won't go into it, but you know, it's kind of a bummer because, you know, the Dukes of Hazzard to me never represented any kind of racism. I never saw any of that in the show, but I guess because the General Lee had, you know, the Confederate flag on top of it, and the car was called the General Lee, that there's controversy behind that now. And unfortunately, you know, it's caused the show now to be taken off of it. I apparently used to be able to watch it on Netflix. Just can't watch it on, not Netflix, but Amazon Prime, but they've made that unavailable, and you just can't get to it anymore just because of that. And it's kind of a bummer because, again, you know, I used to watch the show and I never saw any elements of racism or anything like that at all. It was just a fun car chase show. You know, those things were kind of popular back in the early 80s, you know, with the Dukes of Hazzard and Cannonball Run and stuff like that. You know, it was just a fun show. But, you know, again, it's just not really that accessible unless you buy it. It's not really that accessible anymore because of, you know, all the controversy that's happening in the world. But anyways, yeah, Boars Nest. So we're gonna do our ending, actually right here in front of the Boars Nest in the background. So
what was the Boars Nest? Was that the bar they went to?
Yeah, it was the bar that was owned and operated by Boss Hogg. So
what is it now?
No, it's a church.
That's kind of ironic.
Yeah. So busy day. If you ever get the chance to come to Covington, please do. It's, you know, there's all kinds of, like I said, there's all kinds of, you know, just famous stuff that you'll see in, you know, all kinds of TV shows and movies and places like that. And, you know, even if you've never heard of Covington, Georgia before, you've probably seen it somewhere on TV or somewhere in a movie at some point in your life. But we had a really good time. That Mystic Grill was a good place to eat. Again, we like the service, and we like driving around and looking at all the historic homes and just checking it out. It was a cool place. Yeah.
Next time I'd like to do the tour though.
The tour of?
The downtown tour that takes you on all the places.
Oh, yeah. When we come back here again, we're gonna do that bus tour that takes you around, because we opted not to do it because we had kind of everything mapped out. But it looks like that bus tour did get you access to some things that normally, just like if you're just driving around on your own, you wouldn't have access to. So maybe we'll do that next time we come here. So we're gonna stop here. Thanks for watching, and if you like, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you will get notifications next time we make a video. We'll see you soon.
Bye.
Bye.